So she said, come with me. And there's prakrata and aprakrata. Prakrata, aprakrata, Vrindavan. There's the manifest and the unmanifest. In the unmanifest, it's the Leela of the Lord that is beyond our material vision. That is the inner substance of Vrindavan, the reality. Lalita Sakhi brought Duki Krishna into the inner realm of the aprakata Vrindavan. And Duki Krishna realized that now he had the form of a gopi, and his name was Kanaka Manjari. And Lalita Sakhi brought this little gopi to Srimati Radharani. And he presented the ankle bracelet to Radha. And Sri Radha took that ankle bracelet and pushed it on his forehead and made a tilak, a very special tilak, and gave him the name Shama Nanda, which means one who gives great pleasure to Sri Radha, whose name is Shama. And also gave her a deity of Krishna named Shamsundar. And if you go to the Radha Shamsundar temple, you'll see the original smaller deity of Shamsundar that was given by Sri Radharani to Shamananda Goswami. And then he came back into his form again as Shama, as in this world. And now his name was Shamananda, and he had this tilak on. And he continued sweeping the dusty pathways of Vrindavan. The rest of the story is very, very beautiful. But what we want to understand from what we have just spoken, because he valued, he appreciated, he was so humble and grateful for the opportunity to sweep the pathways of Vrindavan. He received that darshan. He accessed that grace. We cannot imitate him. But in whatever we're doing, there is no service that's great or small. Any devotional service to the Lord. Let us speak one more story of sweeping, and then we do have to end. Till tomorrow. Narottam Das Thakur. He was the son of a zamindar, a great king, a landowner who had massive wealth. And he left everything with nothing to come to Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hearing him crying for him, appeared in a vision to Narottam Das Thakur and told him that you go to Vrindavan and Lokanath Goswami will be your guru. When Narottam Das Thakur came, Lokanath Goswami was in such a state because Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami had recently left this world. And his beloved, dearmost friend and Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, had left the world. And Swarup Damodar Goswami and all of his dearmost, they had all left the world. So he was in a state of such deep separation as he offered worship or seva to Radha Vinod, his worshipable deity. And Narottam very humbly approached him and prayed, "Please accept me as your servant." Lokanath Goswami said, "In my life I have never initiated anyone. And I have no intention to do so. I'm feeling so much love in separation, I can hardly even live. How can I start a new life of being a guru? It's not possible." But Narottam Das Thakur, he wanted to serve his guru. Initiate or not, he understood the value of seva. But Lokanath Goswami was so humble, he would not allow anyone to do anything for him. Thakur Narottam, early in the morning, would go to the place in the forest where Lokanath Goswami would respond to the call of nature before he would take his morning bath in the river Yamuna. Every morning before he would come, Narottam Das Thakur had a little sweeper. He would sweep the place. With his own hands, he would clean the urine and stool that were left before and sweep it and make it perfectly nice, thoroughly, meticulously beautiful. The next day, Lokanath Goswami would come. He would respond to nature's calls and bathe in the river. This was going on for weeks. And after some time, Lokanath Goswami was saying, "Who's doing this? Why is this place always so clean? It's just the forest. It's just dust, the riverbanks, a little distance." So one morning, he went very early to that place. He hid. He was hiding behind bushes. And he saw Narottam Das Thakur with a little broom sweeping the dust from the riverbanks, sweeping the dust in the forest. Where there was urine and stool, he carefully removed it with his hands and swept, and took water from Yamuna and sprinkled it very nicely. And as he was sweeping, with his body covered by the dust, he was weeping in love, in humility, with gratitude, as he was singing beautiful songs. Lokanath Goswami could not believe this. He came out from the bushes. "Narottam, what are you doing? Why? Why are you doing this? You are a prince. You are the son of a king. You're a great scholar. You're a saint. Why? Why are you on your hands and knees cleaning the stool of another person and the urine? Why are you on the ground sweeping the dust? This is not befitting of you." Narottam Das Thakur revealed the essence to all of us in his response. With tears of love and gratitude and a choked voice, he said that I have left all the treasures and the wealth and the power of the fame of this world to come here. And now, by your grace, Guru Maharaj, I have attained the ultimate fortune, the opportunity to render humble, menial service for you. This is how he valued seva. This is how he valued the simplest, most menial form of seva, sweeping a sewage area. He was not seeing it as a sewage area. He was seeing it as Vrindavan. He was seeing it as Vaishnav Seva. At that time, Lokanath Goswami's heart changed. He said, yes, I will initiate you. We have come to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Following in the footsteps of these great souls. Let this be our meditation. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they were multi-billionaires by today's standards. They were the prime minister and finance minister of an entire kingdom. They had palaces, jeweled ornaments, the best of clothes, the best of foods. They had incredible power, popularity. They escaped it. Sanatan Goswami was willing to be persecuted and imprisoned with the hope of coming to Vrindavan. And when they came here, they slept in the dust under a different tree every night. What was their gratitude? What was their appreciation? They were not thinking, I'm sleeping in the hard, cold ground under a tree. And please understand, there were cold winters and hot summers and sometimes wet monsoons. They begged for food. They would get some wheat grain that grew in the sacred soil of Vrindavan. Add some Yamuna water, make a ball, throw it in a blazing fire, take it out, and offer it to Krsna. That's what they were eating. Begging, getting some chickpeas. Cheapest foods. Sleeping on the ground. But they were in the Gopi Bhav. They were in the ultimate happiness. They were so grateful. They were seeing every tree as Krishna's kalpavrikshas. They were feeling the soil as the Chintamani dham soil. They were grateful. This was a wealth billions of times greater than anything else that can be attained. That's how they were living. Raghunath Das Goswami, we cannot imitate them. But what was their appreciation of Vrindavan? Raghunath Das Goswami would do 2,000 pranams, dandavat pranams to the Vaishnavas every day, to Krishna and Radharani every day, to the devotees every day, 2 lakhs of chanting Hare Krishna every day. And he would do Govardhan parikrama every day. Such value. So I will end here today with this preparation for our yatra. Inconvenience or convenience, that's all a matter of how you interpret it with your mind. Let us be grateful. And let us really try to appreciate the value of the fortune of what Srila Prabhupada has given us. Entrance into Vrindavan, we have the opportunity to make immense volumes of spiritual advancement at every moment that we're here. Let us see Vrindavan through the eyes of the scriptures and the saints. And let us be grateful to each other. Because if we don't feel gratitude toward the Vaishnavas, if we don't honor and respect the Vaishnavas, there's no possibility of entering into the mood of Vrindavan. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was living here. He gave us a glimpse. He actually spoke the words of all the great acharyas when he said that I offer my prostrated obeisances and worship the dust of the feet of every single devotee. The advanced acharyas, all the way to the new-coming neophytes who are just getting inspired to follow bhakti. Anyone who is approaching Krishna, let me worship them with my heart. This was his gratitude. With this gratitude, with this appreciation for Srila Prabhupada, for the senior devotees, for our friend devotees, for the junior devotees, for each other, for every leaf, for every tree, for every monkey. If a monkey steals your glasses, understand, you could just be angry. Or you could just change your consciousness. Krishna sent that monkey because he wants me to have spiritual vision. He wants me to recognize how I actually really need to have spiritual vision. Every situation is a great opportunity to express our love for Krishna. Let that be the spirit for all of us during our yatra in Sri Vrindavan. Thank you very much.